Credits? You clicked credits.
Did I do it? Oh.
You gotta click begin game.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Have you ever played this game?
I've seen Let's Plays of it 1,000 years ago when people actually played this, but now no one's heard of it anymore.
It has like 20 endings or something like that. It's really cool. I found all of them at one
Don't
point.
touch my phone again.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, it's all about a narrator. So.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Can I fit my foot into
Employee
it?
number 427's job was simple.
That looks like
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed
Very good
buttons on the
comment.
keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons
So
to push,
basically,
how
you
long
can
to
either
push
do what
them,
narrator
and
says,
in
or you
what
don't
order.
have to. You can do
This
the
is what
opposite. Whatever
employee
you do,
427
there's always
did
an outcome.
every
That's good,
day
'cause I like to do
of
what
every
games tell
month
me to.
of every
That's a
year.
good point.
Yeah.
And although others
Oh my
might have
God,
considered it
No matter
soothing,
what you do, it always has an
Stanley
outcome.
relished every moment that the orders came in.
I don't want
As
to. I
though
know
he
how
had
to
been
get
made
each one, so
exactly.
I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna.
Okay.
And Stanley,
I know where the
was
cool
happy.
ones
At
are,
least
and
Stanley was happy.
I know where the kind of creepy.
and then one
philosophical
day
ones.
something
Is there
very
any
peculiar
ending that
happened.
sucks?
Something that would forever
Like,
change
that's just
Stanley.
boring.
Something he would never quite forget.
boring ones.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Yeah, basically.
No one had showed up to give him
Computer
instructions,
says, but
call a
nobody's telling
meeting,
him what to
or
do.
even say
no one in the
hi.
Yeah.
Never in all his years
Trying
at
to
the
figure out why
company
there's no one in
had
the
this
office, that's
happened.
the whole story.
This complete isolation.
And the more
Something
endings
was
you
very
run into,
clearly
the more
wrong.
information you get about the
Shocked,
story.
frozen
Is it like a
solid,
legitimate
Stanley
storyline?
found himself unable to move for the longest
It's
time.
kind of.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting
Right.
room?
Yeah, you need to go to the meeting room. You can't go back to your office.
Can I open any door?
Nope.
Is E interaction, I assume?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's an achievement, but I don't remember.
Isn't it like for like knocking on one door for a long time?
Yeah.
I think it's this door, to be honest.
No,
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Is it just like move around in E?
Yeah, you just move around. It's like an exploration game.
Can I like interact with anything besides doors?
There's some computers you can interact with.
I want this one.
No, not that one.
I want this one.
There's like an achievement.
Oh, is
or
that
one of the endings you get
Wait,
by.
ooh, I can crouch too. You didn't tell me that you
Oh,
liked
I don't remember how to play this.
Be my Valentine. Oh, this guy must have
Must be
beauty at
Valentine's.
home. Alright, what's this one say? F U?
Oh.
Maybe it's a P and it's supposed to be a joke, so you fuck as in cup with an F. Alright, let's go.
So there, right now, there's only one way to go. You'll know when you get your first choice of what you can do. They make it obvious.
Mondays. Oh, I'm gonna say right here.
That's not a choice. But yeah, here's the first choice coming up.
Okay.
Basically.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Don't leave the employee lounge.
Let me do what I want, Kyle.
It's funny.
Let me do what I want.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Coffee nuts. Is that when you're dripping off some coffee and then nuts in the mug?
Yes,
Not my fault.
really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
Oh, enter the door on your left. But there's also one up ahead. If you've noticed. He's telling you to go left. You have a choice.
I want to check them out. Check out my options, you know, weigh them.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's great. Okay.
Oh, one of the endings. I don't want to we already get it, but it's not obvious, and it starts around. Okay.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
All right, so thank you for joining us for this Let's Play of Stanley Parable. You only live once, so I mean, we're not gonna play again.
You don't want to play anymore?
Playing.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
So
How is that possible?
You're not. I am.
They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I've never played a game and not completed it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know there's more options in the right door that you missed out on. Because those
I want to go this way.
Like half the options are through one
I
door.
want to do this door. Don't tell me how to play.
Yet there was not a single person here
I don't
either.
see a single person
Feeling a
here
wave
either.
of disbelief,
We're not
Stanley
here.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You with a coworker.
Let it ball up inside you.
That's the tip I want to know. Let's go.
Broom closet, go in.
Oh shit. Am I supposed to?
He didn't say anything.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on
Let
track.
me do it.
Don't tell me what to do, Kyle. You're making me want to do the opposite of what you're saying. So just let me enjoy.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Wait, what does that mean?
Fuck off. Sweet fuck off.
Wait, offensive. Oh,
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Talking directly
Why?
to you, you know?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
This is an explanation. Oh my god, this is great. Alright.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I never would have thought to mention it. You probably make it sound good that way.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branch. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Put the XD
I
in.
hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh my god.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh
He
my
probably only got
god.
the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and...
Wait, I clicked the button. Shit. Is it still going?
Should be, yeah.
Is it still going?
You might have ruined it.
No. Wait, let me click the button again. I got excited. I reached for the mouse as fast as I could and I hit a button.
Oh,
Okay, we're fine. Okay, is it still recording?
Yep.
Sure?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
How did he know?
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on
Oh,
them.
you can still leave
All right,
unlike the other.
when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
for a reason, man. I got a purpose in here.
I don't think anything's gonna happen. He's not commenting,
I have a purpose here,
so.
pal.
And he probably thinks you're taking care of the dead body.
Not dead.
Ah, second player. You too? I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Are you gonna do the legit story, or are you gonna do?
Don't tell me what's legit and what's not.
Legit's doing.
Don't tell me anything, Kyle. Shut up. Let's go upstairs.
That's like the straight story.
Is there nothing else I can do up here besides legit stuff, you mean?
I think there's still options up ahead.
Okay, I was
There's still
gonna say.
options up ahead.
I don't tell me what to do, man. Right?
There's tons of options. Nice.
I kind of want to pee in there. Like, I don't have to be, but I'll, like,
That door doesn't match the office. That makes me mad.
it's fine. Alright. Where am I going?
The open door.
Shit, you're
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
What are you doing, Kyle?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Damn it.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
There has to be like another code
Stanley
here
simply
somewhere.
began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
There's gotta be secret codes.
Maybe he'll keep commenting if you don't.
Wait, what's that?
Wait, do you see something?
No, what's the cursor? Is that a cursor?
That's your cursor, yeah.
Oh, why is it there?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his
Oh,
thumbs.
next to that.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It's not worth finding, but there has to be. What was it? 2485?
Yeah.
2845.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit. I'm gonna go in here. What? Oh, I think that was the thing that scared me.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door
my
just
God,
opened
he's
all
gonna
by
open it?
itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
He got frustrated with you because you weren't putting it.
Huh.
Well, go. There's the
Where?
door open. You didn't see it.
How dark is this? Where to open? Oh, it's over there. Oh, excuse me, Ross, even behind me. Alright, this is.
There's still more options up ahead.
I figured. I can't tell. Did you turn off the brightness all the way up? Alright. Oh, there we go. Now I
I think I turned it down.
now I can see a little better. Alright.
There's no option here. You.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is not the most comfortable position.
No, it's not.
I'm back here for a minute. Don't mind me.
He's back there for a minute. Don't mind me, baby.
Descending deeper into the building,
don't.
Stanley
Deeper
realized he
in here.
felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Coffee nutcracker.
No, I just nut them. I don't crack them.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
escape.
Facility.
This is scary, man.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't want to die. It's fine. Life isn't that great, you know?
So you were almost...
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
If I went straight, would that be like over?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Is this legit my death? I hope so. Well. Alright, see you in the next episode of Keelvin. This is one game I cannot complete, it's too hard.
They're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies and the books to make a citizen out of you. Because they sleep with a gun and keep an eye on your son, until they can watch all the things you do.